This eBay buyer tried to scam us. Welcome to another episode of Aussie Thrifters. Today we're going to talk about a buyer who tried to scam us on eBay for an item that we shipped out to them. So I want to share this with you guys so that you can try and get ahead of these eBay scams, and if these sort of things start happening to you, that some alarm bells can start ringing and you guys can try and do something about it. So before we get started, I want you guys to let me know in the comments below what scams have you seen on eBay and how have you dealt with them, because it's really interesting to see what's going around so we can all stay protected against these scammers. So let's get straight into it. I've got my phone here, and what I'll do is I'll bring up the messages on the side of the screen here so you guys can see exactly what went back and forth, so you can see the little bit of delineation of the conversation. So a little while ago we sold this camera. Now the photo is horrible, so it's an older style listing that we had, and we hadn't updated it. We sold it for about $35 I think it was, so a very low end camera. It came with a charger and the SD card. No USB cables or anything like that, because it's an SD card that can go into most laptops now. So we made sure we listed that all in the listing. Now, the first thing that happened with this buyer that started ringing alarm bells was that they had said that they had paid for the item, but no payment had come through eBay. So what I did is I actually contacted eBay directly, because I wanted to make sure that the payment hadn't been held up somehow or there hadn't been a mistake, and they could find no record of the payment on system. So that's the first message just here. So I went back to the buyer and said, hey look, eBay hasn't been able to find this payment, so can you just check your accounts, check your references to try and find if this has gone through, and if so, provide a reference to eBay so they can follow it up. After this, they came back and said, oh, I'll just pay for it again if it shows off my account. My husband's a lawyer, so he'll be able to get this sorted. Now that was the first alarm bell for me, was her talking about a lawyer, because this is a pretty simple process. It's a $35 camera. They clearly haven't paid for it, so why did they need to get a lawyer involved? That was my first little alert that went off in my head, red flag. So I went back to them and said, no worries, it looks like it's come through this time and it all looks to be good. Now, because they had said that they were going to get a lawyer involved, I actually got ahead of myself, and what I did is I put signature on the delivery, because I didn't want them to claim that the item had not been received, which was probably my next thought pattern that might happen. When you're on eBay for a while, you can start sort of spotting these sort of scammers and the language that they use in regular conversations that doesn't need to be there, and lawyer was the one that really pinged me to be cautious. So that was that message. So then we come across the next one, and they said they've contacted eBay. eBay have said they don't do it. Then they came back to us and said, eBay are looking into your website, which is crazy, because firstly, we're selling on eBay's website, so it's not my website. Secondly, eBay had already told us that the funds had not been transferred. So it's kind of, there's already a lot of alarm bells going off in this situation. So we went back and forth about the original payment, and she said, in the meantime, I'd like a full refund. Good job, my husband is a lawyer. So she dropped that lawyer comment in there again, and I sort of went back and just said, you know, we've spoken to eBay, they've said it hasn't come through. If you'd like to take this further, please talk to eBay, and they will be able to work this out with you, provide you reference numbers, and it all should get sorted. Anyway, it continued on. Then we sent the item with that signature on, so they couldn't claim that it wasn't delivered. And she said, thanks for sending, but there is no way I can transfer the pictures to my computer. No USB, or how do I do that? So I explained to her that it is an SD card. Some computers have SD card slots, and we had clearly listed that in the description and the title, that the SD card would be included for transfer. Now, obviously her computer didn't have an SD card, well, as she claims, because she wanted a USB adapter, which was not included in the original sale. So we said, the SD card is the component that you plug into your computer. Some computers don't have the SD card slot, so you would need to get an adapter for the SD card to plug in. So then she comes back and says, I'm not sure what this first part says, but it says, where to plug an SD card in, just wanted USBs. Please cancel and refund me within 48 hours and change your ads so you don't mislead anyone else. eBay have been advised not sending it back. So they're telling you they're not sending an item back. Obviously we've got free returns on, so if they're not happy with the item, they're more than welcome to return the item, and we'll happily reimburse them when the item is received. It was clearly stated in the ad that it was an SD card, so we're already, you know, well and truly on the right path for that, and eBay weren't going to sort of get us in trouble. So I responded, say, no worries, you can return the item. There is nothing in our listing about a USB connection. I however mentioned the SD card. If you would like a refund, you need to return the item as per eBay's policy. So I just stayed very succinct with this buyer and made sure that I explained to them that it's eBay's policy that they return the item before getting a refund, and if they would like us to do that, then they need to return the item and we will gladly refund their money. So essentially they're just trying to get a free item. That's what they're trying to do in this situation. They're trying to tell us that it's our fault that they bought this item incorrectly, even though our listings was exactly what was in the actual item. They had not taken the time to read it, or they're just trying to get a free item. That's essentially the aim of the game here, is they want to scare you out of the money and keeping the item. She's already said she's not returning it, so you're not getting your money back. That's as simple as that, and that's eBay's policy. We also contacted eBay to make sure that they would back us up in this situation. They reviewed it all and they're like, well, if the buyer wants a refund, they need to return the item. So good on eBay for backing us up on that. So we went back and forth for a little while. And then she says, can't return it as I'm in hospital. Just wanted to download some pictures to my computer. I don't know how to do it. Just go through eBay from now on. So this is another warning sign. If people start not getting their way, they'll often use the, oh, I'm in hospital, or I'm terminally ill, or to try and make you feel bad for them. So I'm sure there are people out there that are in this situation, but this is a very, very scammery type sort of message. They'll start off by sort of putting you in a position where they wind you up saying they have a lawyer involved, they want their money back, they're not returning it. So they'll keep pushing you until you sort of cave. My best advice is don't cave. Just stick to eBay's policy. If they want a refund, they need to return the item, because eBay will back you up on that. There's no reason that a buyer should get a refund without returning the item. So I said, let us know when you're able to return the item. We're happy to wait until you're out of hospital. As per eBay policy, we can't do a refund until the item has been returned. I just stuck to those initial lines and eBay policy to back me up. Not trying to get emotionally involved with it. I sort of knew this person was trying to scam us from the start, so I kind of expected something like this to happen. And in the end, they just said, eBay will be doing something. You have terrible customer service and I will spread the word. So essentially they're just trying to sort of make you feel like you have done the wrong thing. Even though that they're in the wrong, they don't want to return the item, they want a free item. They have done everything they possibly can to sort of scare you into giving them a refund. However, it hasn't worked. So at this point, they're starting to get angry that they're not getting what they want. So again, just try and stay nice and calm. And I just said, thanks for your purchase. If you'd like to return this item, you're more than welcome. So essentially, there are a lot of scammers out there. Luckily, we sort of worked out ahead of time that this buyer was going to try something a bit dodgy with us. Put everything in place to support ourselves in this incident. So my advice is, if you start sort of getting a bit of a whiff that someone's trying to do something dodgy, put tracking on the item, because that's going to stop them from saying item not received. You're covered off in that point. Make sure that when you have sent the item, that everything you have in there is what you say it is, and that there's nothing in there that could possibly let them get away with an INAD. And also just be really clear with eBay's policy. So understanding eBay's policy is very important, because if you understand that, you're going to put yourself in the best position to deal with these situations. And don't give in to pressure, because a lot of the time these people will just keep hounding you, dragging in the lawyer card, even though there's no way a lawyer is going to take on this case, because they're going to lose every single time. And they will just continue to sort of threaten you to try and make you give them a refund. So be careful. There is a lot of scams out there on eBay. As I said before, let us know in the comments what sort of scams you have seen on eBay and what you've done to get around these issues. Leave us a big thumbs up if this video has been helpful. Hopefully it helps some people sort of understand that there are people out there and what you can do to try and avoid these situations. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button for more content just like this. We put out videos twice a week. We do a live on Tuesdays, and Friday mornings we do a pre-recorded just like this one. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on Aussie Thrifters. Bye for now.